Hey yo, yo, hey yo, yo. What's up? Sup? Hey man, check this out. I hope and wish I really want folks to pay attention to what they're feeling and pay attention to what they're thinking, pay attention to what they're doing, pay attention to what they're saying, pay attention to what they're watching, pay attention to what they're listening to, pay attention to what they're eating, pay attention to their environment, pay attention to their culture. Reason why is because there's going to be a lot of people that we're going to miss one day, and when we think about them, we're going to have this wavering. It's like walking on a fence. You know, you could walk down a straight line and just have one complete thought about a person, or you just sit there on that fence and you'd be like, man, if I look over to the left, I got all these memories of this person. If I look over to the right, I got all these memories of this person. Even though I'm on the fence right now, I got this person in mind, but every time I think about him, I'm thinking about him this way and I'm thinking about him that way. It's too much energy. It takes too much energy. I'm wanting folks to treat each other better, treat ourselves better. You know, we got that golden rule of do unto others as we want them to do unto us. Then you got folks that are like, I'm real, I'm conscious, and that equals I'm not about to let somebody just fuck over me, get over on me. Then you got folks that are just like taking up space. You know what I mean? Somebody else could be in their place doing something a whole lot better. But you got this person just taking up space. And there's nothing coming from it. You know, I keep talking about having a community where damn near everybody is like-minded. There's support. There's kindness. There's an overall objective. You know, my example was like, look, you have a community where there's one or two main businesses. You know, something eco, something green, something that'll last a long time, something that's going to bring sustenance. And for those two main businesses, you have schools in that community is going to train people to work those jobs in those businesses. All right? Now, for everybody that goes to those schools in that community, there's going to be housing. And for the housing, there's going to be contracts. Contracts that an individual signs in order to say, I'm going to do this so that way the community can grow. My responsibility, my name is going to go on the line to help this community grow. The community can turn into its own culture. I mean, not its own culture, but it can bring a whole lot of favor to an objective. It's not to be so segregated from the rest of the world. It is to really protect the mind and the feelings of people who are tired of getting fucked over. by the government, by family, by friends, by neighbors, strangers, people who want security. You know what I mean? If that is a culture of its own, then so be it. But it's like for every household, there's a lot of responsibility because people are going to have kids. You're going to have good kids, you're going to have bad kids. What decisions can we make as a community to weed out the bad kids? To help the bad kids? To help the good kids? You know what I'm saying? To make sure that they're not going to bring issues and troubles to the community. Same thing as weeding out the bad husbands or the bad wives. You know what I'm saying? So that way the community can grow. But anyway, it's a fantasy of mine. But with this video and this topic, I'm just like, man, I would hate for people to burn their energy on choices that they've made. And what I mean by burn, it's like, I don't want them wasting their energy on choices that they made. Because the chain effects, the chain reactions is going to affect the person. And it's like, when you're dealing with other people, it's hard. Because other people got their own objectives. Other people have their own ideas. And it may not be like yours. I remember when I was in trade school, I was the head student, Job Corps. I went to Job Corps. And I was the mayor of 3 different dorms. No, I was the mayor of 2 different dorms, but I was the mayor twice in one dorm. So I was the mayor 3 times, 2 different dorms. And that put me in a position where I had to be responsible for myself and responsible for the people who were expecting me to live up to the title of being the mayor of the dorm. It was easy. It was simple to hold down that title until I got tired of being responsible. And when I got tired of being responsible, shit, I started smoking again and not caring who saw. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was ready to graduate. I was tired of being there. When I slacked off, you could see it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I still had to be about something because my name was on the line. A piece of pride was on the line. And I felt humble for having the title in the first place. So I had to keep myself in check. I had to pay attention to things. Even when I was tired. Even when I was exhausted. Even when I didn't want to do it no more. So yeah, I had my moments where I slacked off. But I had to apologize to myself before I could look at anybody in the eyes and try to be a better person. And each time I picked myself up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't fall on my face hard or didn't fall on my face long. It was just a moment for me to do a gut check. You know what I'm saying? Something overnight. Be like, man, I'm bullshitting. I need to fix this. I need to fix that. But being responsible for other people, it has chain reactions to it. Because people, they get other ideas and they try to live their life around those ideas. People try to get a mold and they try to fill it up with something that they have. They try to fill it up with something that they want to have. And they try to take that mold and make it something solid. You know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, it's like you try to take an example of something and make it your own. You try to go somewhere in life, and if you don't have something, if you don't have your own energy, you're going to use somebody else's energy. If you don't have your own words, you're going to use somebody else's words. If you don't have your own ideas, you'll use somebody else's ideas. And if that person that you're getting your ideas from is not paying attention to themselves, then you're gonna have some chain reactions that you gotta deal with on your own. You're gonna have different results. You're gonna wonder why the two of you are doing the same thing but getting different results. It's because it's a lot of different things. It's a lot of mechanics. There's a lot of ingenuity. It's just, people aren't. I'm not gonna say aren't supposed to. Some people just can't do what other people can do. You know what I mean? Their bodies are built that way. Their mentality is not built that way. But coming from a person who never wanted to be a statistic, I never wanted to be a statistic. I never wanted to be a brown man at the age of, that didn't make it to the age of 18. I didn't want to be a brown man that didn't make it to the age of 21. I didn't want to be a brown man that had 4 or 5 different kids, 2, 3 different kids, 1 or 2 different kids from different baby mamas. I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm saying, it's like I had to take whatever I had growing up and turn it into something lucrative. I had to turn it into something that's going to be about something. I had to. I had some nephews and some nieces that didn't have anybody to look up to. So when I left, I was like, man, whenever I come back, I want them to be able to look up to me and be like, he left in order to become something in life that he can be happy about. So in that way they can see that they don't have to stay in a struggle. They can get the fuck out that struggle and try to become something that they can be proud of. So here it is now. I still had a state of mind to where I want to give somebody something that they can live off of, that they won't have to sit back and second guess themselves about or second guess themselves with. I keep asking people, question everything that I say, question everything that you hear from me, because I know that we're wise people, we're intelligent people when we want to be. So it's like, if we pay attention to ourselves and our environment, then we might sit back and be like, oh, I don't want to go that route. I'm learning vicariously through this person, vicariously through that person. I'm living off of the examples of this or that, and I'm trying to make every decision that I make the best decision that I can possibly live with. Every woman, every man should be living their lives for themselves in order to be a better person for the community. Meaning, learn who you are. Learn your good sides. Learn your bad sides. So in that way, if you do want a family, you can find a mate that knows who they are. So y'all don't have to bump heads. You'll know. Hey, me and this person go good together. Me and this person, we make math. It's solid. Got too many people who don't know who they are. They meet somebody that they think is going to balance them out in some way or another. And then they find out that it's not the right person for them. But by that time, they made all kinds of decisions, or they brought children into the world. Then they got to make questionable decisions about what they're going to do next. It's got to stop. The shit has to stop. We should be free to make all the decisions that we really, really need to make without having responsibilities to hold us back. Especially I'm meaning children, especially. You know what I'm saying? I've already made videos talking about how there should be planned parenting. There shouldn't be any accidental children. if you're paying attention to what you're doing. If you're gonna have sex, have sex. Be careful with it. Don't put your emotions into it. Don't get so involved to where you're not wearing a condom to protect yourself. You know, sex, it don't have to be meaningless. It's just you got your feelings in check. Meaning you know exactly what is going on. You know that it feels good. You know you want to do it again. Let that be that. You know you want to expand it to where you deal with your fetishes or your kinks. And let that be that. Keep it simple. Just enjoy it. But don't forget that you got other responsibilities. And sex could be a distraction. It's crazy. It's like, of course you can be a job in the sex industry. And sex is not the distraction. Maybe a normal life would be the distraction. If you pay attention to what's going on, you'll be able to make the wisest decisions that you need to make. There's a job out here for everybody, it seems. There used to be a show of dirtiest jobs. And I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I knew that needed to be done. But I didn't know they actually had a job title. You know what I'm saying? For the infrastructure especially. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, man, what really got this topic going is that I'll never know when one of my loved ones is going to get sick and die. Or just die. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of car accident or whatever the fuck. I don't want to sit back and have my last moments with them to be a fucked up moment. I don't want to be sitting here saying, man, I miss this person. And then I have all these negative ass, fucked up ass feelings about them. Out of everybody that I've dealt with in my life, I only have maybe a handful of people. Not even that, man. I only have like 3 or 4 people that are willing to fuck with me, willing to keep in contact with me. Out of all the people that I've come in contact with, and I'm a social butterfly / loner. Had a lot of people give me their opinions, whether they like this about me, whether they like that about me, but they ain't nowhere around. If something was to happen to me, they wouldn't give a fuck. But for the 3 or 4 people that do, I'm sitting up here paying attention to everything I do, everything I say. Every feeling that I have. It's kind of like, it's not their fault that I'm feeling this way or feeling that way. So why am I going to push it on them? Why am I going to fuck up their moment just because I'm feeling fucked up? But if I'm feeling good, then yeah, I want to spread that. I want to spread all the positivity that I could possibly spread. I want to give them every positive thing that I can. I want them to be able to remember me for every positive thing that I can possibly give to them. So, I just hope and I just really want folks to make the wisest decisions that they can make in order to have the happiest life that they can live. There's so much to see in the world. There's so much to do in the world. We should be free to do it. It's like if I had my dream relationship, I would be that man in a woman's life, and I would be able to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do at the same time, whether she was with me or whether she wasn't. Meaning, I want to travel the world. I want to cook. I want to taste different foods. I want to find out what other cultures are about. And whether the woman wanted to be with me on one trip or not or another, that would be up to her. As long as she was happy. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. And the reason why I say a woman, because I like sex. I like sex. I like kissing. You know, I like communication. You know, I like that one-on-one thing that a man and woman can give each other. I like that. I don't have it. I'm single. I don't fuck with it because of... I'm also happy being by myself and being with just my family. But if I could have it my way, I'd have a down-ass woman with me. Because I miss sex. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting everything else. For real. I have lady friends that I can talk to the same way I would talk to my woman. You know what I mean? I'm just not getting the sex. So anyway, I want us all to be happy. I want us all to get what we're going to get. I mean, I want us all to get everything that we could possibly get to be happy. I want us to share the shit that we have. I know we can't share every single thing, but I wish that we would share enough. So that way, no one feels left out. No one feels like I got something on my mind, but I can't say it because there's no one here to talk to. That type of thing. And the reason why I say that is because in my videos, at the end of my videos or somewhere, I try to leave a disclaimer, and I try to tell folks, there's a lot of people out there that's thinking the same shit that we're thinking. They just don't have anybody to talk to. So share every piece of information that you can. Because you just never know. You're going to find somebody who's like-minded. Someone who's thinking the same shit that you're thinking. Someone who's on that same wavelength. You just never know how many people that you can leave an impression with. You just never know. You never know how many people are paying attention to you for all the right reasons. You gotta always remember that there's people paying attention to you for the wrong reasons. You just gotta be careful out there. People will try to test you. People will try to take your weaknesses and run with it, so that way they can get whatever they want out of you. Just gotta be careful. That's why we gotta pay attention. Gotta pay attention to everything. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this video. I'm gonna stop. I just got a lot on my heart. Got a lot on my mind. And I have to share it. That's why I'm making this video. I hope that if you got a lot on your heart, you got a lot on your mind, I hope that you can leave a comment. Let me know what's going on. Talk about some shit. If you don't want to do that, talk to someone else. You know what I mean? Don't let it get real heavy. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the shit get so heavy that you burst and you lash out and it turns into a whole different type of beast. Anyway, have a good day, have a good morning, have a good evening. My disclaimer is, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm not the dumbest person in the world either. There's a lot of things that I have researched. There's a lot more things out there that I need to research. The thing I need you to do is question everything that you're hearing from me. Question everything that I say. Research everything about this topic that you can. Come up with solutions. Come up with ideas. Come up with thoughts. Come up with conversation. And share it with somebody. Because you never know when somebody's thinking about the same thing. They just don't have anybody to talk to. Alright, I'm out. Peace.